Hello again everyone and welcome back to Wonderland. Today we've ventured back to Melbourne and we're going to watch the Melbourne or St Kilda 70.3 triathlon or half Ironman as it's known. The 2022 event almost had the swim called off because the EPA deemed the water at St Kilda too pooey to swim in. But it got put back on board and we had many happy swimmers, so the traditional 70.3 was back on board. Look at that finish line. The day before the race has athletes having to register, so they grab their packs and also get a wristband, and eventually they bring their bikes to that empty transition area where they rack them overnight. After not much sleep, while the sun's still down, everyone crams into transition and gets ready for the race and what lies ahead. That finish line still beckons. Once the sun is up, it's time for the nervous toilet stop to shove that banana in your mouth and put that wetsuit on. It's time to get down to the start line for the swim. Swim is my favourite leg and I get progressively worse during a triathlon. But the swim is probably the most terrifying for a lot of people, and you go in waves according to your age group. So an age group would be, say, 30 to 35-year-old, and this is indicated by a coloured cap. So once you finish the swim, which you could spend anywhere between 15 minutes to 40 minutes in the water in a horizontal position, you've got to jump up, sprint to the next location, which is the transition, which is where you go from swim to your bike. Now, as you can see here, a lot of the pro men coming out of the water, you've got to get your wetsuit off, your goggles, and then get ready for your ride. There are rules in transition too. I'm the person that slips and trips and finds something wet like that wood to slip on, so you've got to be careful when exiting the water. We have some of the pro women here and also some of the leading women, and they are racing out of the water. And look, it's my cousin. She was first out of the water for her age group. The forecast for Melbourne for this event was thunder and lightning and rain and wind, but it was actually holding off and it was turning into quite a nice day. So the next location is T1 or Transition 1, where the athletes go from swimming straight to the bike. So basically they have to be as quick as they can getting into their bike gear and getting on that bike. You'll see some of them here run in their shoes, which I do because I'm a klutz, and some of them actually have their shoes already fitted on the bike. But you need to make sure you have your helmet on before you grab your bike. Now they're off for a nice little ride, which is 90 kilometres long. Here we are at the 45 kilometre mark, and as you can see, some of these riders are just powering through it. Melbourne is quite flat compared to some of the other events around the world, and the weather's held out. Let's hope that they have some hydration on board. Here's transition without any bikes in it and just a lot of swim gear. The dismount line. Now, all athletes must stop at this line on their bike and get off their bike before crossing. Failure to do so results in disqualification. But look at the speed that some of these people are jumping off their bike. I'm the type of person that brakes, unclicks, and then walks my bike in. As you can see, some of these tri-bikes are quite stiff compared to a normal bike and are hard to manoeuvre around these tight spots. Nothing like running bare feet on some concrete as well. I'm just glad it wasn't boiling hot. Their feet must be a little sore. Triathlon is that one sport where something can go wrong and it can keep going wrong. This poor guy. Yep, down he goes. I think he left a shoe, Cinderella. These bikes are also extremely expensive and sometimes can be more expensive than a car. So the athletes head into transition 2, which is bike, racking your bike, taking off your helmet once your bike is racked, and then you're onto the run. Now this is hard because you've got heavy legs. The swim cooled you down, the cycle has made your legs heavy, and now it's time to run 21 kilometres. Ooh, who's this again? It's my cousin Fee. She came off the bike in first position as well. I marvel at the pace that some of these people can run at after they've come off a bike. It is incredible. for my first 70.3, I ended up plodding for most of the run, but we got there. Running tends to be the best leg of a lot of people, but the thing is it gets very hot out there, so you must remember to keep that hydration up and also have some food on course. Normally the event will provide some drinks and some electrolytes, maybe some fruit and some other things, but athletes must remember to bring their own and practice this in training. These gels will be sitting out in the sun, and if they're not your favourite, you might not enjoy them. These bananas have been sitting out in the sun, and I'll tell you where you're going to end up, in that porta potty. But you must stay hydrated, and the volunteers do a wonderful job of helping you out. And what everyone has been waiting for, the red carpet finish. That red carpet in the finishers chute is the most amazing feeling. You often get a little kick in your stride. You've made it. I'm so proud of my cousin Fee. I went there to support her and she ended up coming second overall in her age group. Here she is again, and we're just so proud, and I love that you can cheer your family and your friends on at the finish line. She did so well in this race, and she's off to the World Championships to represent Australia in 2023 in Finland. Great job, Fee, and great job to everyone. This is such an amazing sport. Triathlon, you've got to get into it. You won't regret it. Until next time, we'll see you around in Wonderland.